G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is an instigating double-barrel shotgun with 50% more limb damage and 15% faster reload, major and minor legendary. Really? Anyway, so the lineup of legendary effects on this weapon is actually pretty decent. Obviously, the instigating prefix lends itself really well to anything with a high base damage, which I consider shotguns generally to be of the high base damage variety, but we must also consider how shotguns actually work in this game. Basically, what happens is it takes a base damage and divides it between the projectiles fired. For ease of the quick maths, I'm just going to say this thing does 140 damage and fires 7 projectiles, meaning every projectile does 20 damage if you get the hits in, which is pretty good. But the problem is that when you're doing 20 damage against armored targets, a lot of that damage is going to be soaked up by their damage resistance. If you've ever shot a super mutant warlord with a 10mm pistol doing 20 damage, you'll probably find that you'll be doing fuck all. And basically, this thing is going to be doing that 7 times when we fire a shot. So I'm thinking with the instigating legendary effect, bumping that up from 20 to 40, we can actually pass through a little bit more armor, effectively more than doubling this thing's as compared to, you know, maybe not armored targets, but that's a little bit of a theory of mine of how this thing is going to perform against armored targets, because generally you kind of get stopped in your tracks when it comes to armored stuff, which is most of the enemies in the game, so you know, that's why shotguns aren't really that widely used after the explosive nerf, which, you know, made them not snipers anymore. And the legendary effect of faster reload is going to lend itself well to a double barrel shotgun because I've only got room for 2 shells in here, so having that extra reload speed is good. I've also got quick hands, which is unreliable at best, but anything to make this thing shoot a little bit faster. And perhaps the elephant in the room, the most interesting one, is this limb damage nonsense that's happening right now. And I'll give it to you this way. Prepare for a lot of health bars, rubber banding, and a lot of weird numbers being thrown at you. Which, you know, could be a pain in the ass if I've got enough damage to shoot a target and kill them and then they just don't die because of rubber banding health bars. But we'll just have to see how that goes. Let's go ahead and chuck some perks on this thing. 143 base damage, which, you know, isn't too bad. If we double that and then double it again, if we're sneaking, we won't be sneaking all that much. It's pretty good, but we can make that even better when we chuck on some perks. There's so much crap going on here. There's so many perks. Don't chuck on Slugger. That will do nothing. So all of those are on. We've also got Scattershot, which will increase our reload speed even faster. So yeah, big thumbs up for a double barrel shotgun using that, but also makes them lighter, so that's cool, I guess. And Bloody Mess goes on as well. In luck, I've got an Enforcer for crippling stuff. Dodgy, because this thing don't have a suppressor, so sneak perks aren't going to be that relevant to me. And taking 30% less damage is going to be, for the cost of action points, is going to be good because I've got AP regen unyielding armor, which will hopefully be good. And Fireproof is there for survivability. This thing is doing 263, double that. Was that 500, a little bit over that, so, you know, it's pretty good. Alrighty, so here we are in Lego City. Oh, looks like the man in the river is drowned then. My armor is this. I told you it was unyielding and AP regen, except for that one. That's plus strength and standing still, take less damage. That's helpful. And here are my buffs. And I've got the green dress on. This reminds me of that Penny character in Fallout 4 and Covenant, and it's notable because it makes your character's chest look bigger than what it actually is. That's weird on the vanilla body. Put that shit away. Anyway, so we'll just charge in and see what we can do to a bunch of super mutants. We'll try to get all of the projectiles on, and ooh, the health bars are jumping around already. But as you can tell, we're getting kind of weird. Why aren't you noticing me? Ah, yes, there we go. That 1 in 6 chance of quick hands is procced already. And look at all the numbers that have been thrown up at me. I'm not really sure if this is legit or not, because we both know that these are Todd numbers and, you know, they lied most of the time. So, yeah. I was hitting that guy for 1,000 in the face, and it looks like if I go for the headshots, if one projectile hits them in the face, then we're all over. So, yeah, okay, this thing's a little bit broken, but, you know, it's not as game-breaking as those idiots running around with the alien blasters that do 3,000 damage. And now we're doing 471, but that's a big fat lie, that number, I'll tell you that much. Alright, time to snipe with a shotgun. That didn't go very well. And he's got a missile launcher. Hang on, I've got Fireproof, this will be fine. Yeah, that's pretty good. So without the legendary effect, this thing's effectiveness is not nearly as much as what it should be. That guy just got a face full of buckshot. And we're going to have to be nice and close to actually make the best of this thing's damage, but not as close as we would have the suppressed shotguns do. Yes, open wide, mate. And if we... Ooh, I got crippled. Stop doing that. How can you break my bones with a laser rifle? They don't even... Like, if you shoot a little can, like a beer bottle with a laser gun, it doesn't move. So I call bullshit on you breaking my goddamn arm with a laser gun. Anyways, we'll just get a quick heal because I probably will need it during this fight. Especially when I don't actually get the instigating legendary effect to work right. So what I might do is just aim in third person, aim high. I hit that guy so hard that he T-posed for a second there, so that was pretty interesting. And now, I mean, the numbers are spitting out a lot more damage than what I'm actually getting. That's a missile launcher. And, no, okay, stop crippling me. Stop that, that's annoying. I might have to actually get in power armor and do this, but I'd have to be Space Marine mode because I can't have the extra damage, the area damage offered by the Strangleheart power armor doing much, but I'll see how I go. Obviously, I'm relying a little bit too much on dodgy and my damage resistance isn't as good, but now I've basically a nerd rage and I'm pretty sure I've activated the perk anyway, so we'll just keep on going. Ooh, those ones with the automatic rifles scare me, that's for sure. But now we've got the damage to basically drop anything that we shoot at, as long as we hit him there. Can't believe that was an XCOM miss right there. I should have nailed that doggo. Where's he going? There he is. I saw 1800 on that headshot. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to think about these damage numbers because on one hand they could be, you know, spit and truth, but I don't think so. Now, the good thing is when I see a melee dude like that is that it's basically a free kill. Every one of these guys with, you know, bullets is going to be painful and they're going to shoot me. So what I'll do instead is I'll shoot this guy in the leg because I hate him, but what I'll do is I'll just use this thing in VATS, and since if you get the shot in VATS off and it hits everything, I'm seeing a lot of 1000s there. We'll keep aiming for the torsos because that'll basically guarantee a hit. Remember, we've got all of this unyielding armor. Don't you bloody dare shoot me with that. Yeah, we've got all of this unyielding armor at our disposal, which means our perception is a little bit higher than it would be normally, so we might as well make advantage of that now, won't we? Yes. You can die. If we get the sneak criticals, it's even more dirty. I saw 3600. If I was shooting for 3600, man, oh man, if that was a critical as well, a VATS activated critical, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's enough damage to actually drop a Scorch Beast in one shot. Now, I don't think we'll actually get to a point where that's happening because trade kill, nice. I'm not gonna do the whole room anyways. I'm thinking my ideal set of armor for using a weapon like this would be unyielding, AP refresh, and, you know, sentinel across all of them. So I'll just shoot some zombies here and we'll see what we can do. We are in danger already, but we're prepared for this. I'm going to go over here. And we've got a full health bar again, and these guys aren't going to chew through my health as much as the super mutants because they've got no range. And they also can't operate doors. Wait for it. There we go. Too bad I couldn't kill one with one shot there. I mean, I might be able to. Who knows? Wonder if the crippling thing works as easily when you're firing at two things at once. We can't have crippling explosive weapons, so we can't test that on AoE weapons, I suppose. But the Enforcer perk will actually help me by stopping the zombies in their tracks anyways. See, there's a bunch of damage that I should have gotten rewarded for. That he's out of there. He wants no part of that. I'm surprised that particular... Oh, nice. I'm surprised that particular shot, that particular dive from that ghoul didn't get me, because sometimes they'll do. And nice proc of quick hands once again. See, if it was more consistent, if it was like a 25% chance to proc, I think I just broke that one's legs. I'd be running in here and, you know, playing this super aggressively, but I kind of don't have that because 1 in 6 chance ain't gonna work. Give me that Exterminator's combat shotgun. What a weapon. Ooh, messed up that last shot there, but that could have gone really well if I actually had followed through with that. It's like having the free reloads in XCOM. God, I love XCOM 2. Would have been nice to have it right then. It's like I'm fighting the Lost in real time, and they give you radworms. That's no good. But you don't have to wait for a period of when you're wounded to go back. You just send yourself back out there, and being at low health really doesn't mean anything in this game. Because no one cares if you die. These tools die like 50,000 times a day, and, they're back. They're back and ready to go. Oh, let me guess. There's going to be one person left, or one ghoul left, one goddamn zombo. He was the coolest zombo that ever lived, though, because he had his hat on backwards. And I realize now that saying coolest zombo that ever lives makes no sense, so I'm going to take out my frustrations on this Deathclaw. And despite all of those thousands of damage that I just got awarded for, it still didn't drop him. So, yeah, the Todd numbers are at it again. Alright, let's give Swan the old buckshot toothbrush and see what he likes. See if he likes it at all. With anything, I mean, we could only improve his set of teeth, because look at them, they're not that good. I'm glad he didn't notice me there. Wasn't enough. And now the health bar is going to start rubber banding, isn't it? Yep, told you it's going to start doing this. Oh no, Swan, I'm prepared. If your health is going to rubber band, then mine too, mate. Yeah, I could have finished that a lot sooner, but, I told you, I wasn't lying to you when I said health bars will rubber band. My speech will rubber band, though. That's terrible. Now on to the crabs. Show me your face. No, not your segue, your face. I found the face anyway. And that guy missed, which is good. Just gotta keep AD spamming, throw off his aim. So, if you want a weapon that has a lot of numbers like sprayed onto the screen at once and kind of gets in your way, then you've come to the right weapon fear, because there's just so much crap. It's so dense, every single image has so many things happening. I think I butchered the quote, but you get the idea. Anyways, we'll clean up the rest of these bastards. We'll get old mate and queen out. I need a name. I need a name for the... I've named the Scorch Beast Queen. It was a good name too. Barbara, like Batgirl. Perfect. I don't think there's going to be a fitting name for the hang on. I don't need a grenade. There we go. Now, open wide, crab face. That'll do. For now, at least. Oh, I missed. I messed up. Things are going bad. And without the legendary instigating effect, well, you can still do alright. You'll notice that the first strike there did rubber band back down, as it is doing now. And then it explodes into pieces, because buckshot does that to things. Don't fuck with a woman or a man with a shotgun, but mostly a crazed housewife wearing a green dress that found her husband's shotgun. Get out of my kitchen! Well, if the game's gonna hand out any 1950s Fallout Americana stuff for free, you bet I'm going to make some sexist jokes about it, because that's what it was like back then. You couldn't do much if you're a woman back in those days. That was before they could vote, before they could go out and get jobs. They were stuck doing stuff in the house. I'm not gonna make no statements, I'm just stating facts. No opinions here. Anyways, so there's a Scorch Beast. I'd like him to come a little bit closer, because, wait, no I don't, I've got Shotgunner, I've got Enforcer, so if you would just plant your ass firmly on the ground so that I might annoy you by, basically using a pepper shaker against you. Here's those shotguns you can get, they're made for killing blowflies, they're made out of plastic. Hey, I see your rubber banding health bar there, I don't think it's funny at all. Just show me that VATS. Oh, I'm out of AP because I'm being bombarded with lots of things. Back away. Back away, foul beast. There we go. We're seeing some good use out of quick hands here. It's being rather consistent this time. I still think it's a bad perk, but I'm not gonna resist the opportunity to call something made by Bethesda bad. Every cunt's doing that these days. It's like Long Yi. You know what I'm talking about, that guy. I think I got the name right. So there's the bat, and he's vibing. He's having a coughing fit over in that direction. The poor bat's having hay fever. So it looks like when I've got the quick hands proccing and I was able to land my attacks, the health bar stopped rubber banding for a little bit there. So I think I almost got the effect of the miniguns there, so that's pretty cool, I guess. I'm almost dead, just taking a look at the damage here. 618, that's 1200 before we factor in all of this nonsense, and look at that little critical from over there. It didn't do a lot because it was so far away. Hello, knock knock, it's me, come out. Okay, it doesn't want to. Anyways, I think you get the point of this thing. See how much damage I can do from back here. This is going to be World War Shotgun. Stop right there. I think you get the point of this thing. It's kind of fun to use. It's a little bit silly, a little bit broken, but, you know, more of this crippling things. More of the 50% limb, no, 50%, 50 limb damage things. It is 50%, I was right the first time. So, you know, it's topical. People want to see what that's all about. And having it with shotguns, which, you know, fire multiple projectiles a second, bloody hell, that almost killed me. You know, it's a really bad legendary drop. Of course, it's swing speed on a Stalker's weapon, but yeah, it's a little bit of fun, I guess. It's not going to be game-changing. It's fun to play around with, but honestly, I wouldn't catch myself running around playing this character on a stream with this shotgun, maining that for the entire time. I probably want to get some sort of combat shotgun with instigating and limb damage so I can put a suppressor on it and do even more crazy damage with sneak criticals. Thank you for watching, guys.